Oh, I know why. I was switching. It's because I was switching between. And there it cut out again. Let me turn on all the microphones and you are on.
Okay.
So hold on. There's that one, and then that one, and then this one. And right now we just have the 3-minute radio words dancing around, and then my mic is live, your mic is live. Dude, I wish you could hear the music at the same time, though. I don't know how to do that without you listening to Twitch, or do I send it through the Discord mic? I don't know.
What, to be able to hear
to hear the music?
Hear the music, or
yeah, because dude, it is so smooth right now.
Oh shit!
And I almost want to restart this song for the beginning of this. So if I switch pages, it does not change the thing. That's good. This is Synthwave 80 royalty-free background music, and I don't know what this song is. About the artist MVB. It's weird when you go to these royalty-free things because it doesn't always show the track. Oh no, I didn't want to do that.
But okay, just had to have the artist at least, or
yeah, I didn't want to change that. Well, I guess this is the one. So you can't hear, can you? Can you hear the music, or? I guess you would have to listen to through your speakers, or let me look at. I'm switching around, but it's not on the screen. Let me go to find Discord, because then you get my voice and my desktop audio at the same time. So then you get the same. So open soundboard. What is that? Oh. I can like play a sound. Look, you should hear a. I didn't know you'd see. You could do all this one. See, I don't know how to use Discord. Yeah, Ligma, the Feathered Dead.
Yeah, there's quite a bit of a lag.
Find the perfect sound. Well, I want to share desktop audio. But see, I don't want to share your audio with you. Right? If I do share desktop audio, you're going to hear your own voice back. Then it's like a double, triple recursive thing. But yeah, people do this stuff. They know there's a way. Here, I think in a second though, this song. Let me adjust the.
Did
I'm going to turn this up, but then on my side, I'm going to turn the volume on. Oh, see, it does drop it as I adjust the Spotify volume. I just turn my volume down. I think it's right here where it starts. Anyhow, let me check audio things again. Okay, mic check.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hello, hello.
Is video buffering? Use the low latency toggle under the advanced menu and settings.
Yeah, it's probably just your Wi-Fi and or in the laptop again. I do that. And it could be like 15, 20 seconds behind also, so which is be weird. So
it just maybe it's quite a bit. I'm listening to it.
Yeah, it just might be.
It's like a good 5 to 10 seconds.
Yeah, it might be easier just to like not have it there. You could mute it and like just have it up if you wanted to, like, so you could see, like, if we're looking at something together.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
Because I do the same thing. I check my audio once and then I just don't. I just don't have the. I just keep on assuming that it's okay. Yeah, it's like if you're on stage and you have like your monitors facing you, but then they can't go into the mic, and but then the sound's going out from behind you into the. It's like it's crazy, right? So you're trying to do that over the internet, and I don't know what best practices and things are for this, so. I'm doing a test, and though the good afternoon for the Twitch chat. I guess my only sometimes what I do, but there's still a lag, is I'll stream through the Twitch, but it's Twitch and YouTube Live at the same time. I'll pull up either like the YouTube Live, because the Twitch is better. I'll pull up the YouTube Live, and I know that and I'll listen to it in an earbud a little bit, and if I know that the YouTube is good, then Twitch is like really good. So now if I switch to this one, I have my whole screen shared. We're not going to share the Discord tab. Put that over there and then close that. This is from this morning, Whittier, Alaska. Some weird chill music. So who is this band again? The what? If you want to tell me again all about it, we could talk about that.
It's just the Wall of Voodoo. I'm on a Mexican radio. There's not much more to it than it popped in my head, and then I looked it up to hear more of the song, to try to find the Barbecue Iguana lyrics.
Right.
And then I was like, well, because sometimes kind of
Stan
obscure
Ridgway
bands like that, like at least
Stan Ridgway is the lead singer.
Yeah, so sometimes, like, even if that band doesn't go on to be successful, like, individuals from the bands go on to, be known. But it really doesn't seem like there's much to it. And then I just, like, Wikipedia'd Wall of Voodoo to see, like, their backstory. Something about, like, back in the day, you try to find, like, rock and roll stations, and had a hard time getting rock and roll stations. So apparently in Mexico, they would blast like radio towards at like 50,000 volts or something. It said like blast radio, like, and you could pick up stations in America. So I think they're based out of like Los Angeles. So if you're in that area or like the Southwest, you were able to pick up rock stations. So I guess that's what the song's about. But it's just catchy. It pops in my head every once in a while, and yeah.
That
just
makes
led me
so
to
much sense about the song name. I remember the song a little bit even more now. And so it says
it's one of those like
on Wikipedia that their 1982 single Mexican Radio was a hit on MTV. I didn't know what you were talking about, but yeah.
I'm trying to think, like, when was the first MTV when did it start? It was, what is it? Video Killed the Radio Star was the first song that played. But when did that happen? That was 1981. So yeah, Mexican Radio came out in 1982. So it was one of the first big music videos that was out there.
So weird. Well,
so if that was August 1st, 1981, it's like within what?
That's probably the only reason too that I can barely remember any. Apparently, Their first EP also had a synthesizer-driven cover of Ring of Fire.
Oh no shit.
I wonder if,
Yeah,
well,
they,
it's probably copyright crap, or not crap, but stuff, but we can go to it. Is Wall of Voodoo. Ring of Fire 1980.
there's probably a cover of it. Oh, they're doing a cover.
This is all these, everything you look up is like, this is on Spotify. Oh shit. Here's Mexican radio. All right. This is fine for live stream. And this is an unofficial, non-official, whatever show time right now. So we won't make YouTube videos out of it. Then eventually we'll get kicked out. You can't hear it though, right? Or
No, I don't hear.
oh
it.
my gosh, you're right about the
No,
late
but yeah,
Les
no.
Claypool reference.
Yeah, see, is it a video or is it just the audio?
It's just the audio.
Yeah, if you see the video, like the
Dude, it
video
also
for the
sounds like
Mexican
Weird
radio,
Al.
like, is there a accordion? Or his voice sounds like Weird Al.
It just, his voice sounds like a little bit like it too, but no, way more like Les Claypool.
Yeah, it's kind of nasally. No, just something like his like facial expressions too in the video were also like, and I just was thinking it's like, because what Primus was like late 80s, early 90s. So I was thinking like, well, maybe there's some, and I was assuming that they were from like at least the south. I was assuming Southwest, but so I was thinking that like there's a distinct. Well, and not only that, like that song was fucking popular on the radio, so I just was wondering if there was any like connection, and there might be. I looked for like a Les Claypool interview like quickly, and I didn't see any like connection between Primus or Les Claypool and Wall of Voodoo, but
There is an accordion playing now. FYI.
I thought there was, yeah, because I think there's one in the Mexican radio song too.
Yes.
But whatever like that Les Claypool kind of like antics are too, like maybe just both those singers were influenced by the same person, or like maybe there's a, maybe there's not a direct connection. Maybe they're both influenced by maybe they're connected in a way that they're both influenced by a different person.
I have a conspiracy theory now.
That what?
I'm listening to this song. Dude. This singer is Les Claypool and Weird Al. They're all the same person.
They're all the same person.
This is why this person and this band is so little. They're all the same person.
Yeah. They don't have time for a band, and they're like busy being like Les Claypool.
And maybe there's
Weird
not.
Al.
Maybe there's not the Les Claypool also, but dude, it sounds so much like or it sounds so much like Weird Al, but it sounds like Les Claypool so much too, though. I've never heard anyone else singer. I've never heard anyone else sing like this, so close together, than Weird Al and Les Claypool. And if you put them both together, never any out of all music ever. And they're all from the same. Well, I don't know where Weird Al's from, but Radio.
Even like in the verse of it, like when he's just doing it's more talking than it is singing.
Yeah, exactly. The same way.
Yeah, I don't know. If it could just it could just be that they have similar personality types, and or like growing up in that region, maybe there's a certain like
Oh,
twang,
turning
or,
Japanese.
Like, there's
Turning Japanese. Sorry.
they do that. They do that song too.
Oh no, this is by the Vapors. Sorry, it's like a mix.
Okay. Yeah.
This is the wall of.
That's another good song. Like I used to not like '80s music, and then like honestly, like you go back and it's like, no, there's actually some really good shit in the '80s.
Yeah.
It's just, there was like I think I don't. There was like pop became too like prevalent. I think is why I just had like a. I don't know. I was against it because there was like a lot of pop music, but
I'm listening. I'm
I don't
pausing
know.
the music real quick because I'm gonna play the Ring of Fire in a second. But yeah, that was hauntingly. Yeah, at the same time, yeah, it's pop, and then today it's like sounds better.
Yeah. Well, yeah, don't yeah, but like the only reason why it was pop is because it was popular, like not, you know what I mean, like not the
Right.
yeah, because it's actually I think they're new wave, which I don't know. I've always known that like new wave was a thing, but I really haven't. I never dug into new wave as a genre, but I
Not
think
same
new
here
wave is kind of
because I don't know
yeah. I
what
know
it
they're
is.
kind of it's like an extension of punk, but and I know that there's I'm pretty sure that like it also like there's like it was ripe for like some electronic, like at least synthesize. I mean, it was the '80s, so like synthesizers. I think some experimental like electronic stuff is maybe with it. I know there's kind of some offshoot or somehow related to punk, but I don't know how. But
Exactly. I'm typing here. If I go to display, it has my whole thing. But if I go to editor, it has this thing. Oh, it's because I'm on the same. Okay, I see. I want to switch this one to this one. So if I pull this out, you still see that one. Okay. Sorry. Talking about what are the possibilities that Wall of Voodoo Singer? I'm asking ChatGPT the possibility that the Wall of Voodoo Singer and Les Claypool and Weird Al are all the same person. Here, I'll put this back up here so I can reshare it. Oh, but and then I'm gonna play. I'm gonna hit enter on that. Go to. Can leave that up, and then I'm gonna play the Ring of. I want to hear the Ring of Fire cover. This is Ring of Fire.
no, it's interesting. Like,
yeah. I don't know what year, but well, it's on the same album as the Mexican radio one. Yeah, it is answering very. Let's see. Let me switch back. There we go. I just read the last line. It said, but it's a delightfully strange idea. It said, ChatGPT says zero, nada, zilch, not even remotely. Well, screw you,
yeah,
ChatGPT. Ooh. I don't know if you can hear this right now. It sounds like Les Claypool singing Ring of Fire.
I'm trying to listen to it on YouTube. Okay, are you there?
Yeah.
Okay.
It also reminds me slightly of. I'm listening too. It also reminds me of very, very slightly because I would not want to insult them, is the Talking Heads.
Yeah. And so I guess they're part of that new wave. They're part of new wave as well. So I think maybe it was something that was part of that genre, and because I'm trying to figure out with Les Claypool. Let's see, when did Primus? Let's see, I gotta look up two things later. Les Claypool birth. So he's born in '63.
I was gonna read this again.
So,
It says
yeah.
the possibility of wall voodoo singer Stan Ridgway, Les Claypool of Primus, and Weird Al Yankovic are all the same person is quite definitely zero, nada, zilch, not even remotely, is what ChatGPT said. It's just so funny.
Yeah. Well, so I've just looked, and so apparently I thought Primus was started a little bit later. Apparently they started in 1984. So, if that song came out in 1982, and like you're saying that like the Talking Heads, like I think it was just kind of for all we know, he never even heard that song, but it might have been like a prevalent enough thing in music that he picked up on it, because he would have been, prime age for like. And I've never read an interview like I know I've seen some interviews with him where he's influenced by like Americana music of all things. I know what he said, and I know like where Les Claypool almost joined Metallica, right? Like he auditioned for Metallica.
And Cliff Burton, like, is that right? Cliff Burton?
That was Metallica's original bassist, yeah.
Right. Yeah, I had heard that before. I don't know the details, but this song gets really eerie. Like Transylvania weird.
Oh.
Plays like an alien. If you want, I'll read this really quick. Is why they couldn't be the same person. Number one, publicly active at the same time. All three have done live performances and media appearances concurrently, sometimes even together. Oh, Les Claypool and Weird Al are both on record praising each other's work. Stan Ridgway did solo albums while Weird Al was touring in the 2000s. They're all visually distinct in interviews going back decades. They have very distinct voices and musical styles. That I will argue about number two. Different instrumental skills. Les is the bass god, plays like an alien. Weird Al, accordion virtuoso, genre chameleon. I'm sorry, but it's still, to me, it just describes them all. Ridgway, storytelling lyricist, lo-fi post-punk textures. I don't know what this song is. It's starting, but I'm going to stop it because it's the nails. 88 lines, about 44 women. So I have to do a royalty-free thing. Even though it sounds really good.
Deborah was a Catholic girl.
Yeah, it does sound like Castlevania.
Carla was a different type. She's the one who put it in.
Dude, I gotta stop this song really quick. Oh my gosh. It's bad. There we go. That song was not good to start playing. This one was kind of weird, this royalty-free other one. I'm thinking I'm gonna do jazz. Royalty-free jazz music, 20. Oh hell yeah. This started off really good. Oh, so the rest of this though says built in an alternate universe. In a parallel reality, it's entirely possible there's only one bizarrely brilliant shape-shifting musical trickster who played synth cowboy poetry in the 80s, became a funky mutant bass overlord in the 90s. See, at the end of all that it telling me that it's impossible.
Like, if something like this was going to happen, this is the only way it would happen.
And then it turned into an accordion-wielding parody god in the 2000s. And I'll argue that, no, Weird Al's pre-2000s, like the Michael Jackson. Yeah.
Wait.
You're talking.
Yeah.
Let's call him
He.
Dan Klavachik. In this universe, no, they're not the same person. But your conspiracy theory would make an excellent mockumentary or concept film. Want to help writing it? Want help writing it? ChatGPT asked me. Yeah. Hey, there is a Weird Al movie in the last. Have you seen that?
Like years. I started watching it. It was on Roku.
Right.
It was like on free, like when it first came out. Yeah. I started watching it. It was like it was all kinds of like cameos from like famous people.
It reminded me of.
Amazing.
Yeah, it was. I thought it was cool. It reminded me of the whole like poor Pauly Shore is dead. Same kind of weird approach.
Is that the movie? Pauly Shore is dead?
No, I don't remember the movie. I don't know the name of the. I don't know the Weird Al movie name. But Pauly Shore is dead is like on a weird meta thing.
Well, it is crazy that that dude was like in the early 90s, going into maybe the mid 90s. Like he was like he was like Jim Carrey before. I guess that would be maybe a comparison to make. He was like, I mean, he had there's like 3 films that were like the best selling films, like back to back to back.
Yeah.
I think, or like
Biodope, like in the Army Now, and like a bunch of those. Yeah, Pauly Shore is the shit.
And I didn't know, like, I only know this from like listening to Joe Rogan, that Pauly Shore was apparently like whatever the comedy club is that a bunch of people in LA have like gotten famous through. Like that's Pauly Shore's mom who ran that for years and years. Mitzi.
Yeah.
And
that's what's crazy.
Yeah.
He was like, dude, Encino Man.
Encino Man, yeah. Yeah, those are incredibly popular. There's no, I mean, I know I don't really pay attention to like new movies coming out, but just like the little exposure that I have to like what's going on in like pop culture, it seems like almost everything is a reboot. I know like everyone talks about this, but like it is like, it's so disappointing that like, I don't know. And I've heard Quentin Tarantino talk about the 90s. Like the 90s really were like in certain ways, like a special time, even like especially like, or like for movies and music, it was a unique time. And it's not just, I don't think it, like we grew up in it. So I think we have like everyone, whatever generation you grow up with, you have a certain attachment to like what was going on around you. But I do think like beyond that, it was also like a unique, special time period. And it was maybe half as awesome as we thought it was. Or
absolutely. Yeah, I totally agree. What is it coming out? There's a whole bunch coming out that are like reboots, but there's a new dang it, what is it? One is Naked Gun, I know that, but that's maybe not for a while.
Yeah, that's good. Then it's a reboot, but I do look forward to that. That'd be good.
And for them, they've had so many where it's just like another one, but there is a whole like remake of dang it. Oh, Dude, they're making a new Spaceballs.
Oh hell no.
Yeah.
I think Mel Brooks is still alive.
And like not like a Spaceballs 2, like an actual just new, you know, it's not like Spaceballs 2, it's just
Dude,
it's like
Yeah.
it's like a remake of the original.
Yeah. Mel Brooks is still alive. He's 99 years old. He could definitely make a cameo in that if they started making that. And I hope he does. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they better have him at least in some obscure role. I remember watching that movie.
I'm not for sure.
As a kid.
I'm sorry, I'm listening. Right. I'm not for sure if kids today, if they have the reference enough to even find some of it funny. Like they wouldn't understand why it's funny, like some things, which is weird, you know.
You mean like they wouldn't be aware of Star Wars, or they wouldn't?
Oh,
'Cause I
just
think
not
that
real
they-
references, but like just the style of comedy.
I don't know. That's a good question. Because yeah, I mean, comedy is one of those things that like once it's like I've even gone back into like as much as I look up to George Carlin, like I've gone back and looked at like old like Jamming in New York, and there's a time period where like when I first saw that and then watched it like 5 years later, like it still held like a lot of like, you know, truth, and it was still funny. But then like I was trying to find something to watch with Izzy, and I played that, and maybe it was because she didn't get it and there was like some political stuff in it that she's like, I don't like this. So maybe that
Yeah.
kind of like ruined it. But like it does, but comedy in general, like it does kind of age. Like it does, like if you're like, it's very time relevant, very like in the now, like Eddie Murphy Delirious. If you rewatch that, like it's not, you don't understand how shocking that was for the time, or you know. So yeah, I don't know whether Baseballs would work or not.
Yeah, and some of it today, then also the politically correctness is like, you like some movies you rewatch, you're like, oh my gosh, this could have never been.
Yeah.
Even Naked Gun, I think they're at the airport, and there's like the 7 different types of cultures that are fundraising or selling stuff or getting you to sign up to their thing at the airport.
Yeah.
There's like Tibetan Buddhists, there's a bunch of nuns, there's a bunch of priests, there's there's like a whole group, and I think he knocks them all like they're
I don't know. Like, I think we're moving out of that though too. I think we're a lot of that political correctness. I think, like in good and bad ways, I think that we have slid back, or we've either slid back, and I think you could say we've slid back in certain ways. But I also think in some ways we've kind of moved past some of that, like the language policing and all of that, because as soon as like with just, you know, Trump coming into office, like there's people like using the R word now, like on the regular, and which that is kind of, I don't know how I feel about that, but like that might be some backsliding in certain ways, like but in some ways I think some of that like language policing and all that stuff, like we should move past that, like get to fundamental issues and not just like, I don't know, hurting people's feelings based on like, I don't know, stupid language, or like policing people's speech or like behavior. I don't know.
right. It's a fine line of where it's, I don't know.
Well, like you gotta be able to, I don't know, I guess like you have to be able to, you shouldn't have to like tiptoe so much around stuff. Like if you aren't able to just be kind of like direct about things, then it makes it difficult to really I don't know. I think make like progress or like
Yeah. And it's the same. It's depending on what country you're in. I know that I've never been to Australia or the UK, but like they're way more vulgar. We say in the United, it's like, oh, they talk like a trucker or this. They're like, no, they don't give a like. There's like
yeah.
it's not as nearly even like be like very very
Yeah.
vulgar, and it's just fine.
Well, yeah, I think yeah, we've got like very like that I've talked about this with people, and like there's like it might go back to just so much like the puritanical roots of America. Like just there is a lot of like religion and like modesty and like all that stuff. So but I also think in the UK, like I think that there's probably a lot of foul-mouthed people, but like there's also like I just heard something like last night or the night before where like all the different dialects of like the British accent, like apparently like it also is like signifiers of like class status as well. So if you've got the Cockney or Cackney or whatever, like that shit, like I think you might be foul-mouthed. But then if you like the proper British like. Well, dude, like I can't do it right now. But like, there's like the British accent that you associate with like the smart person or like the pipe smoking. I don't know, maybe not that, but like there's like class signifiers within that too. That the prim and proper probably wouldn't be dropping F-bombs, but yeah, like mass culture, like yeah, maybe they're more foul. More loose in general, yeah. Like not as uptight about shit.
Exactly. I don't know if you can see the screen or not. I'm screwing around with something. It's nothing important. I'm listening and just trying something. This music is funky too. But I couldn't get something to work. I was trying to do really quick, and then I was like, dang it, why doesn't this work? All right, so what should we do at 6 o'clock? What's for dinner?
What's for dinner? I mean, like on a typical radio show, you would have by the evening, like there would be some probably like overview of like new like current events, like what happened that day. I think you might get like an end of the day traffic report or something. I don't have to use this as a bit, but like I'm just trying to like think of ideas.
Yeah.
What's for dinner? No.
0 pixels. Number.
I was trying to think of like I don't know, a game, or there could be like a game show, but we'd have to like come up with that pretty quick.
Ooh, that'd be fun. Yeah, like
or like some trivia.
I like that.
Yeah, but yeah,
like game trivia
6 o'clock.
type, something along those. Yeah. And eventually, yeah, maybe in something even more that's interactive, but like a puzzle, like puzzle quiz stuff.
Yeah.
There is I don't have a subscription anymore, but I'm just trying to figure out why this box shadow inset 0 pixels doesn't work. Anyhow, the New York Times, they have their daily puzzles that are really fun. There are some websites that are good for this stuff. Let me switch to display. This one. See, I have them set on the same thing. So let me go to. I need another. Oh, I do have another web browser open. Online. There are some really fun online, like collaborative type of games. But that takes some setup and stuff like that. But here now I can share this one. Brangle.com. Try a brain teaser. Before I came, confusion abounded. I'm late was frequently sounded. I'm not average, but was based on a mean. My size in theory is constant. 15. I'm 24 steps. In theory, but my walk length and you'd get weary. I have no idea what they're talking about, but I think it has to do with prime numbers or something. I take 1/2 steps at time. Oh no, 1/2 steps at time. I shrink into nothing in 2 cold extremes. Over 1,000 miles wide in the betweens. What am I?
I'm still waiting for that to pop up. Are you reading it? Is that on the screen or is that just on your screen?
You should see it on.
Right now, I see div ID text, background color equals.
It might just be behind then. You should see it now.
Okay.
So, and also the YouTube stream is probably farther behind. Probably like 20, 30 seconds. I'll zoom in a bunch too,
okay.
if you want to look at it.
I'm just waiting. Yeah.
You might have to. Let me go to YouTube. I might see if
I'm on Twitch right now.
Oh, you're on Twitch. Okay. I keep switching the scene back and forth, so now I'm leaving it on the riddle.
There we go.
Okay.
It just took a while to. Okay, I'm pausing it. I'm gonna pause it. Before I came, confusion abounded.
Damn, this song, you could almost sing along with it.
I'm late was frequently sounded. So I think it's something about time.
If you keep going,
like
there's other.
Or is it?
If you keep going, there's weird
average.
Other references where I thought it was about 5 different things, and then I'm like, whoa, it could be so many. I thought it was math.
Average, but was based on a mean. I'm not average, but was based on a mean. My size, in theory, is constant. 15. I'm 24 steps. Again, in theory, but walk my length. And you'd get weary.
I don't know.
I take 1/2 steps at times. In reality, I don't follow the lines. I shrink to nothing in 2 cold extremes. Over 1,000 miles wide in the betweens.
What am I? I thought
I don't know.
Music
The
and
moon?
time, and I thought music, and then time and math. I'm like, oh, it's prime numbers, or I'm a this, but then it changes with each little thing.
Mm-hmm.
over 1,000 mile wide, and I'm 24 step based on a
And the
mean.
betweens.
I think you're onto something with moon. What is I'm late? I'm late was frequently sounded.
Frequently sounded. Wait. Oh yeah, because menstrual cycle. Moon, I don't know. Menstrual cycle, the moon, I'm late, I'm not having a period. I don't know, maybe not. Was frequently sounded. Before I came, confusion abounded. I'm late, was frequently sounded. I'm not average, but was based on a mean. My size in theory is constant. 15. Like, I'm not average, but was
Every
based on a
15
mean.
days, the moon is going to be the same size
Yeah.
as it was, right? Halfway
Yeah.
through the next cycle.
Right, yeah. Just opposite, yeah.
A half and quarter steps, half moon, quarter
Yeah.
moon. I shrink to nothing. No moon. Two cold
And
extremes.
too cold-
the winter
Two
solstice.
cold extremes. Yeah.
All right. So how do we guess?
I think it's the moon.
How do we guess?
Go answer.
All right.
Oh.
Confusion abounded. It brings us a bunch of crap. And then time zones. Damn it.
Shit. Damn it. That's true, yeah.
Hey, that was
That's tough.
pretty damn close. I think
Yeah.
I like.
It was about time.
Well, do you want to do another one, or you want to jump off, take a break, and do at 6 o'clock? I could change it to the evening show, and we'll try to do a couple
Yeah.
things.
Yeah. I'll try to I'll take a little break, but I'll maybe just have a notebook, and if something pops in my head, I'll
Okay.
jot that down and see if when the time comes, be like, hey, do you want to? But or before we hop on, I might just run. If I get any ideas, I'll run them by you before we actually go live.
Okay. Yeah, this is a good test,
Cool.
and yeah, I mean it's a stream. There's a
Yeah,
couple little
it-
parts I
it
think
is.
we should cut out of it too. By cut out, I mean put in, if that makes sense, to
Oh, okay. Yeah.
shorts
Yeah.
videos. And
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
how do you go to the? So this was the daily. More new puzzles, and these are different. I like these word ones, but there's a bunch that are optical illusions, puzzles, codes, and ciphers. We don't want to get into those. Yeah, the brain teasers. Yeah, there's some cool ones. This one's a really long read. A whole story, like a crime drama. Can you hear this music?
No, I have it turned down.
You would love what's going on, especially as you read through that last riddle. It was beautifully in sync and timed with you talking through the riddle. So you know.
Was it?
It
Okay.
was the other one. It was it was even slower than this, like a jazz horn, and it was this melodic thing going on. And the way that you were reading through the riddle was in time with it. It was a moment. I was just I'm just gonna be quiet. This is awesome right now.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you can't rehearse stuff like that. Sometimes weird shit happens.
This is royalty-free jazz for streaming. Literally, that's the This is
The-
Jazzy's Pianist of Love, and this song is called Dirty Pianist of Love.
Ooh. Dirty.
Downbeat emotional lover and modern language
You so
production
nasty.
for chilling day or poolside. Pianist of Love. Pianist of Love. I turned this while you're here. Well, because you're listening to me through Discord, not through. Well, it'll still do it on Discord. Let me try my Stream Deck thing real quick. I realized it has two settings. One is just like a pass through. The other turns on like all the EQ and crap, and that's the one that makes me sound weird. So I just turned that on, and like I can go to the. It has weird built-in EQ, but I think it creates latency. So do I sound different now
Then when?
than just like a 10, 30 seconds ago?
Do it like talk and then switch it like as you're talking, and I'll call.
Okay, right now I'm
Which
on
one are you
with.
gonna?
Right now I'm on the pro setting. I'm gonna switch to the recording studio setting. So now the recording studio setting's on, and like this is the
Voice changer. I don't know what voice it went to because I can't hear it.
I'll switch to another one.
Switch to another one. I think now.
turn that one back off. So now
The only slight different. What, are you back on the original?
No, not yet.
Okay, go back to the original and then say something.
Okay, so now the stream.
Unless you want to do more tests on that.
Yeah, so now the Stream Deck is still on, and now when I turn it off, you'll probably hear a weirdness. I'll probably cut out for a second. Let's see, hold that down. And I think that with adding the EQ and crap, all the crap, I think it makes it sound worse.
Are you still there?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Oh.
Well, maybe. Ooh, no, maybe Discord shut out. So let's hold on. Hold on. If you can hear me. I think you should still be able to hear me on Discord. Maybe Discord lost the mic. I think Discord lost the mic.
Hello, you still there?
Yeah, I think that Discord lost the microphone when I cut it
I
out.
think you muted yourself or something.
Oh,
Or I've got it on mute. AirPods Pro. Hello, hello, hello. Okay, no, I don't see any. I see green on me.
hello, hello. How's it now? Here, I'm gonna call back. I'll show you my screen so you can see. So look, I'm gonna call you back. Disconnect. And then, how do I call you back? How do I call you back? Oh, my phone's ringing. Yeah, I think the Discord is what connected when I messed with the mic. Oh. Yeah, it might have happened. Well, I was gonna say the microphone might have cut out too when I. Let's see, I shouldn't have screwed with it mid thing. Um, had all the stuff. Is that what? Okay. Okay. Good, good. Well, I think for now I'll keep it off. In the future, I want to be able to use it. I just don't want it to mess with stuff because I'll get weird things. So like for instance, I can use my mute button. There's sound effects, and then there's I can run. I have other inputs, so I can actually run instead of having an OBS scene that is the Discord audio. I can run the audio directly through that instead of like it comes from the Discord app through OBS. Well, instead it's like it goes from, I don't know, Discord through the thing. So it's like one signal, if that makes sense. But what do you think? 550? You down? You down? I'll try to do it on as I'll try to have a format of some sort, but then have, we'll do an intro and then I mean, again, like no one's gonna be here, so it's like do an intro, but then it's like here's the thing, here's the thing, here's the thing. But this is good. Just how we just did it is good and fun. We're just talking anyways. See? We were made to do this, yeah. Yeah, Jerky Boys.